Hello guys, and welcome to the first tutorial of Shaie Designs on YouTube. And today I'm going to show you guys how to make a professional CD cover. Now I know that there's a lot of people out there, who are struggling or, who want to find out how to make a CD cover, because they do tend to cost a lot of money in terms of getting a professional art director or a professional graphic designer to design CD covers for you. But I'm going to show you guys how to make it for today yourself. It's simple. You just have to learn some free some few tricks here and there, and eventually you'll learn how to design it. It's quite simple, and today I'm going to show you guys how to design it. So before we get into the tutorial, I'm going to show you, this is my official Twitter page. Just follow me at twitter.com/Shaie Designs, and I'll post all my the latest for updates. If anything that I'm working on, useful for links and tutorials, everything, I'll post them all onto the Twitter page. I also have a Facebook fan page. Just search for Shaie Designs in the search box, and you'll find it. So I'll also post all the latest recent works, artworks, for logos that I've made, tutorials, for links, anything that's important. Also the YouTube videos, everything will be posted on here. We also have a website at the moment, but it's currently it's under construction. It's under construction, and it's still gone through some phases where we just have to do some things to it, but I'll let you know. Enough said, and let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so today I'm going to be using Adobe Photoshop CS5. So this is the industry standard program to use whether you're making magazine covers, play around with your holiday snaps or some photos that you've taken with your digital camera, or anything like that. This is the program to use. On Mac, it's available on Mac and Windows. I'm not sure it's available for Linux, but he gives a shit because nobody uses for Linux except for wankers and for tossers. So we're going to get into the tutorial. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make this type of CD cover. Of course, this is a Wiz Khalifa, Friday Nights is the name of the song, featuring myself, DJ Shaie. Although I'm not a DJ, I'm just putting my text there just to make it a bit of exciting. But I'm going to show you guys how to make this Wiz Khalifa tutorial that I made for myself. As you can see, the photo at the back there is not Wiz Khalifa, if you listen to his songs or if you know him, not personally, but if you've seen his photos, actually, that's not him. So I'm going to start off with creating a new document. Okay, so we're going to, of course, we're going to make the dimensions is, the width is 700, the height 600, the resolution 72, and everything just let it remain the same, and just make sure that your color mode is set to RGB. Okay, so you can see that this is not the exact specification of a CD cover, but however, this is how CD covers look like. If you're wondering, that's how they tend to look like. So I'm going to show you guys how to make one. So we're going to start off with getting an image from Google. So I already did the search for you guys. Just search for Wiz Khalifa, and make sure, if I could just tend to go back, just make sure that you click onto large image file. And the reason why that I'm saying that is because that with Photoshop, if you get small images and you try to stretch them, it becomes a bit blurry and not very nice to look at. So just make sure you get a large image. So we're gonna get this image on here. That just looks a bit decent. Now this is for black and white, so I'm going to show you guys. Actually, for the funny thing is that he actually has a song called Black and Yellow, but you know what? This image that we're getting is black and white. So we're going to copy that image and we're going to put onto our Photoshop document by pressing Control V or Command V on a Mac, and then just hitting Control T on the Mac and Control T on Windows, sorry, and Command T on a Mac, and zoom out. And if you know how to use to zoom out, just hold the Option key or the Alt key on a Windows, and just make sure that you hold the Shift key and put your mouse on one of these corner boxes, and then try to stretch it down the image. And the reason why I'm telling you guys to use this to hold the shift was a button is, for example, if you don't hold the shift button, just put that back, and then like you try to if you don't hold the shift button and you try to resize it down, it will become a bit blurry. So it will become like this. See, you see how it's a bit stretched and see a bit wide, and see it's not proportionally. So that's the reason why the shift key is important. So we're just going to oh, it's a bit weird. Oh, there we are. Just hold the Command T again, or Control T, which is to transform. Hold the Shift key, and then let me just zoom a bit in wide, and we're going to give a bit of an edge in between. We're going to put his face towards the center of the document, just to make a bit of just to make it a bit more professionally. There we are. Okay, and then when you don't, just press the enter button. Now the reason why I said we're going to choose a black and white was of our photo is because we'll be applying an overlay for a gradient on top of our image. And if you don't know what that means, it's it basically means that we'll be applying some colors to it that's going to like make it a bit more professional, or well, actually, professional, looking. Okay, so we're just gonna do that. Okay, so the way how we do that is we're gonna apply a new layer. But click on to Layer, New Layer. Okay, just press enter on that, and we're gonna go to our gradient tool here. But if you can't see the gradient tool, it's because that your Photoshop at the moment is set to the pen bucket. So just in order to switch that a bit forward, is just press the right hand button and click onto gradient tool, and then over here you see like all the options to make the gradient tool. There's for linear, there's for radial, there's angle for gradient, there's reflected, and there's also diamond gradient. So we're going to click onto the linear. Just click on that, and then here you'll be prompted with the color. So you could choose like whatever color you want. You can like mix them around. You could add another color to it. So by just pressing onto it, like pressing here, like you add a new color to it. And then in order to change that color, you just double click onto that color, and always so here see how it's been changing, and then I'll just press OK. So we don't want for a red one, we're just going to delete that, but just click onto the delete button and just press OK, and then hold your shift key again and start and place the mouse on top of the document, and then go all the way down so you can get a straight line. And the reason why well, actually let me just go here. There we are. Oh, it's a bit weird. Actually, instead of a linear, try to go for radiant. Let's try going for that. There we are. So don't click onto linear, just click onto radiant. So we wanted something like this, and actually I want a bit of more blue to it. So we're gonna stretch it a bit. We're gonna stretch it down. Actually, wait. We're gonna stretch up to here. Oh. It just comes with practice with this thing. So whenever you find something that's decent and bit nice for you, just just press hit enter, and then we're going to place an overlay. So the way how we're going to do that is you're going to go to your layer, right hand click, you click onto blending with options, and you'll be prompted with this type of your wizard which has all the options that you could change. You could add some effects to it. Just make sure that you click onto the preview your button. Just make sure that's ticked, because like whenever you do, like whatever you do, something here that you make some changes, it will display, it will show you a preview on your document without actually, doing anything to the actual document. It will just show you a preview, and we're going to click onto blending for mode, and hit multiply. See how it's been changed? Now we want to see. There's all the other ones, okay? You could also just play around with them, and then like whatever you want, you could choose. So we're gonna go with the overlay. Well, that's a bit dark. Yeah, that's okay. So try to use highlight, just something that looks a bit bluish or something. Okay, so now we're going to add text to it. Okay, so click onto your text tool, and then just click anywhere in the document. Okay, so there it is, and we're going to increase our text. Let's make it to 50. Let's type something. Okay, so we're going to actually just make it from right to, okay, there we are. Okay, so that's central. Okay, so we're going to make it to Arial, and there's no excuse because everybody has this text already pre-installed on their computer. Okay, so we're going to get that, and actually we're gonna oh no, that's okay actually. Okay, and just make sure that's in capitals. Just makes it a bit more elegant. Just type in his name, Wiz Khalifa. Press enter. Now we're going to play around with the text, so we're not going to like make it look like that because that just looks cheap. So just click onto your Command T or Control T. Your box will come up, and just play around with it, and try to make that bit skinny if you can. Try to squeeze it down. Squeeze like that. Okay, that's about it. Actually, put it that way. Yep, okay, just leave it like that. Okay, so we're going to move this text towards there. So it doesn't have to be towards, just make sure it's eye level centered. Actually, just double tap on the T box here. Okay, and we're going to, instead of bold, just make it regular. Okay, so we're gonna press enter like that. Okay, that's alright. Okay, so we're going to duplicate the text file layer by right hand clicking and click on to duplicate file layer, and then just move that down. And if you don't know how to move that, just make sure that the first tool is selected, and then just use your up and down with arrows on your keyboard, and just make that's down straight. Okay, we're gonna double click onto it. Just to edit the text, I'm going to type in Friday night. Friday nights. Okay, and this can be like, as I said, you could enter whatever you want, but I'm just showing you the tutorial on how to make this today. Okay, so we're going to play around with this. Gonna just move back, and want to move this a bit forward. Okay, and we're going to duplicate that again. Okay, and you know what we're gonna put here? We're gonna put Shaie design. So whatever thing you want, you can just write your featuring or just put Shaie designs. Okay, and just press enter on that, and press here. Was it for enter on that? Okay, now the fun part is we're going to duplicate the text layer. So the first one, we're gonna press Command. So Command A or Control A, then Control C or Command C, then Command V or Command V, sorry, or Control V, and then so we have the duplicate of the first text that we typed, and now this one, we can't edit this text, so this is just an object, so you can't edit an object, so it's not the text. In order to edit that text, it has to be in that type of format. Okay, so now we're going to play around with it. So we're going to click onto your right hand click again to blending with options, and this time we're going to go to actually exit from this. We're going to go to filter, blur, and we're going to go to motion blur. Okay, and then just make sure that is just put it down to about 30. I would say 40. Yeah, I would say 40. Actually, a bit down. Yeah, I'll say 25 will be. Yeah, 25 will do. That'll be, yep. And then just press enter. Now, once you press enter, as you can see, it's a bit blurry, and that's what we want. So this is going to be placed behind the actual white text. So we're going to again on that same layer, the blurry one, we're going to click on to right hand click, blending with options, click on to color overlay. You see how now it's red? So that's the so that's this is like the fun part that you can do with this type of the blending option box is it has all these type of techniques that you could play around with. Okay, so click onto color overlay. So just make sure it's selected. We're going to click onto the red one. So we don't want for red, we want like light bluish. Okay, we're going to go a bit down. Yeah, that's okay. So that's the code if you want to get the exact color for your text. And then just press enter, and then enter again. And now we're going to place that layer behind the Wiz Khalifa text, the first text we did. So we're going to just drag it down below the the Wiz Khalifa text, and we're going to use, as I said, just make sure that the first box, the first tool box is selected. Excuse me. And then on your keyboard, just go up and down. Scroll down. We're going to put it behind. So now you see how it's applied behind. See that? It's behind. Okay, so just make sure that it's a bit balanced. So we're going to go like that. That's okay. And we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to apply the exact same thing to the other layers. So we're just going to go to Friday night layer, Control C, then Control A, Control C, and then Control V. As I said, it's the same thing with the Mac. Just make sure that it's on Command. And okay, so we're going to click on to filter. Now, as I said, our filter will be exactly the same because that's the last filter that we use. So we're like going to have to go back to all the options for the motion blur. So it's already there. That's the last filter that we use, and just click onto the filter blur, and it applies the exact same effect to it. Okay, so now, so we're going to get the exact same color that we get for our first text. Okay, so we're going to click onto our first overlay, which is this one. We'll click onto blending for mode, to the color overlay, click onto that, and then we're going to copy this code here. So that's the actual code for that specific color of the gradient. Just press escape. So go back to the Friday night blurry one. Just click onto color overlay. You click onto the color, and then I'm just going to paste it. It's simple that. Just press OK, and it's already applied. And then, as I said, just go up and down, and just make sure that it is applied behind that text. Okay, it's gonna take just be a while, but just be patient, and yeah, it will eventually get there. Okay, so now this is placed on top of the white layer, so we don't want that. So we're gonna go to that layer, and we're gonna drag it below the Friday night text layer. So that's how it is. Okay, so that, and then we're going to do exactly the same thing to the other layer. Okay, now since we've done the shade design one for the last one, what we're going to do is we're going to link all these layers together. So whenever we move one, all of them would move together, as well as also the text, the blurry layers are behind the white line. So we're going to just hold your Command key or your Control T, and then just click onto all the text related layers. So right hand click, and then just click onto link layers. So now you'll see this icon here, which means that all your layers are the text layers are linked together. Okay, so now if we click onto the first tool, and we move around, see how it's all, it's all linked together. It's a group together, so it just makes it more easy for you, like when you want to move with an object. And as I said, if you want to unlink them, just make sure that you select this like all the layers, and then just click onto unlink. Okay, but if you don't know which layers that you link, you can just click onto like one of them that has a icon, right hand click, and then just click onto select linked layers, and then it will select all the layers that are linked for you already, and then just go on by clicking unlink. Okay, so if you want to unlink them, you want to make some changes to it. Okay, so now since that's done, we're going to put them into a folder, because I personally don't like having a lot of layers in my layers panel. So we're going to click onto we're going to make them into a layer. We're going to just to double tap on that, I'm going to type in text. Okay, so now just click onto your right hand click and then click to select link layers, and we're going to drag it below the text folder. Okay, so now that it's in the one folder, we're going to minimize that folder. See how that's all for neat. Okay, so now if you want to move that folder, you don't have to expand that folder, you just have to be selected, click onto your move option, and you also have the same option of moving that text as I said before. So we're going to move this, we're going to put this just below his lips, just about right. Yeah, actually just make it here. Okay, there we are. Okay, so that's how it is. And then if you want to include the parental, advisory for logo, which is like this type of logo here. I'm not sure what's wrong with my Photoshop tonight, it's a bit slow. Like the type of a logo, that thing here, you can just simply just search for it on Google, just type in parental advisory for logo and it will come up. Just make sure that you get a big one, so when you want to resize it and make it small, that it doesn't become blurry. So I'm just going to copy out from my old document, Control A, Control C, and then just paste it onto our other document. So that's how it is. Now you see how it doesn't have the white border, and well, you could get that white border by click onto the actual layer, right hand click, blending with options, and then just click on stroke, which is the last one. As I said, so time and time again, you will start to love this type of, you'll start to love the blending with option box, because it has all this type of, great features that you can play around with. And then how it's on, just make sure that the size is 1, because like we wanted to make it be bulky and chunky. So click onto the little layer and drag your mouse all the way there. So now click onto OK. Just OK, so it's applied. So you could place this, as I said, down here or here, or you could also even apply it on top like that. Okay, so we're going to actually we're going to put it right here, and we're going to move our text box. We're going to move it like that. Actually, yeah. We're going to just leave it here. You know what? We're going to just take off this. And there's a great feature that you also have in your layers panel. If you click onto the extra specific layer, you can make you could also hide it by click on the icon here, and then it's disappeared from our actual document. Okay, so it's still there. You can still move it around, but you won't see it because it's it's hidden. So we're going to go to our text and we're going to just move around and place it there, right there. Okay, now in order to make changes later in the future, just make sure when you're done by saving it as a PSD file, which stands for Photoshop document. Okay, so we're gonna click that and you just save it in a PSD folder. So we're gonna type in Wiz 123. Okay, so save that. Just gonna press OK, and then that's saved. Now we're gonna save it as a PNG. Now the reason why I select PNG instead of JPEG is that PNG is more high, rich, and quality in your output. So your final product will seem a bit more sharper than JPEG, because JPEG is a bit blurry. So just click onto PNG, and then just press Enter again. Okay. Okay, just go back to our folder. Too much crap here. Just go back to our folder, look for it. Where is it? Background. Then go to. Yeah, I know, guys. There's lots of crap here. Click onto the PSD folder, which will be saved into it. Right click, and there it is. That's the document that we just created. So thanks for watching, and you just learned how to make some an easy CD cover, and I'm glad that you just guys that you learn this type of a lesson. So please help me out by subscribing to this YouTube fan page, by liking me on Facebook, as I said earlier, and just make sure that you follow me on Twitter. So once again, until then, to the next tutorial, thank you and peace.